All right, folks, strap in because I'm about to take you on a journey through one of the most nerve shredding, paranoia fueled, and straight up masterful horror films ever created, John Carpenter's The Thing. If you haven't seen this movie yet, what are you even doing with your life? Seriously, stop whatever Marvel marathon or rom-com rewatch you've got going on and prepare yourself for 2 hours of pure, relentless dread. Not the kind of fear that just taps you on the shoulder like, hey, I'm here to scare you, but more like, I'm about to crack open your skull, crawl into your brain, and set up shop until you're a paranoid mess. Now imagine this. It's a freezing night. One of those bone-chilling, face-numbing cold spells where the wind feels like it's got a personal vendetta. You're thinking, yeah, tonight's a movie night. You could go for something light, maybe some superhero fun to warm you up. But no, you lean all the way into the chill. You say, screw it, let's watch The Thing, because apparently your soul craves trauma. You want to match that cold outside with the cold dread you're about to let seep into your bones. For those who've seen it, you already know. But if you haven't, oh, my sweet summer child, you are not ready. This isn't just a monster movie. Calling it that is like calling the sinking of the Titanic a boating mishap. The Thing is an all-out dissection of paranoia, trust, and that gut-wrenching feeling when you realize that everyone around you could be a threat, and you can't tell who's real and who's something else. The setting? Antarctica, the coldest, most desolate place on Earth. A remote research station filled with dudes who are already on edge. They're one cup of bad coffee away from snapping before the real terror even begins. Then it happens. First there's a dog, because it's always the dog. And from there, things spiral into absolute madness. An alien infiltrates the base, but it's not just any old alien. This one just kill you. No, that would be too simple. It mimics you. It becomes you. From the jump, we're not dealing with a straightforward monster in the house setup. The monster is in the house. All right, but it's wearing someone's skin. Suddenly, the people you've shared cigarettes and bad jokes with for months, they might not be people anymore. And that, my friends, is the kind of fear that sticks with you. It's the kind of terror that makes you question everything, including that guy sitting next to you on the couch right now. Now let's talk about the practical effects, because holy hell, they are legendary. We're talking 1982 here, before CGI took over. This is all latex, animatronics, buckets of fake blood, and pure nightmare fuel. Rob Bottin, the effects genius behind this film, must have had some seriously twisted dreams because the creatures he created are mind-bendingly grotesque. You've got a dog's head splitting open like some horrific alien flower, a man's chest turning into a giant set of teeth, and, my personal favorite, a human head sprouting legs and skittering across the floor like a demon crab. And here's the kicker. It still holds up. 40-plus years later, those practical effects still have the power to make your skin crawl. There's just something about seeing a physical, tangible monstrosity on screen that CGI can't quite replicate. You feel like it's there, in the room with you, pulsating, squirming, and oozing. It's tactile. It's terrifying. Then, of course, we've got Kurt Russell. Rugged, bearded, exuding reluctant hero vibes. His character, Mac Reedy, is the guy you're supposed to trust. But here's the genius. Throughout the movie, you're constantly questioning whether you can trust him. Mac Reedy isn't some superhero out to save the world. He's just trying to survive. As things spiral out of control, you watch him teeter on the edge of sanity, and that makes him feel real. He's not some invincible action star. He's just as vulnerable as everyone else. And that lingering doubt about whether he's still human, that's the movie's magic. Now, let's take a moment to appreciate the score, composed by none other than Ennio Morricone. Morricone, if you don't know, is a legend, and his score for The Thing is nothing short of haunting. It's not a big, booming orchestral piece. No, it's more like a low, throbbing heartbeat that builds tension with every single beat. It's sparse, minimalist, and that silence between the notes, that's where the real terror lives. It's the sound of dread slowly creeping up on you. And let's not forget about the paranoia. The Thing is a masterclass in psychological horror. The alien could be anyone. No one knows who's human and who's not. They start turning on each other, running tests, wielding flamethrowers, and all the while, You're sitting there with your heart pounding because you don't know either. It's not just the characters who are paranoid, you are too. You're sitting there questioning every interaction, every line of dialogue, wondering who's still human. And that ending, oh my god, the ending. It's one of the best in horror history. Macready and Childs, sitting in the snow, staring each other down. The fire's dying, the cold is closing in, and you're left with one question. Are either of them still human? Carpenter leaves you hanging, dangling on the edge of uncertainty, and it's absolutely perfect. No hand-holding, no neat resolutions. Just you, left alone with your thoughts, stewing in the same paranoia that consumed the characters. So, to sum it up, The Thing isn't just a horror movie. It's a psychological nightmare. It's about trust, or the loss of it. It's about survival in the face of an enemy you can't even identify. And while the body horror is legendary, the real terror? It's not the alien. It's the idea that you might not recognize the people around you, or worse, yourself. If you haven't seen it yet, congratulations. You're about to experience one of the most unnerving, unforgettable films ever made. And after watching, don't be surprised if you start eyeing your friends and family a little more closely. You never know who or what they might really be.